Hello everyone! I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. So today, we're starting off once again in our little crop area over here, and that's because I want to give another update on kind of where we are at the crops, because there have been some pretty big changes since the last time because of the gain that we had with Stickweed finally being obtained. So, let's take a look. So, as you can see, there have been some pretty big changes to this area over here, and basically what I'm doing is, everything I'm trying to do now is to get more stickweed. And this entire plot over here now has been completely revamped now. So, before we had it kind of like a 3x3 thing, so we had like 3 here, 3, grass, 3 more plots here, and then we had the 3 plots here, something like that. But now I have completely revamped it, and as you can see, we have a ton more stickweed now, and we are getting more very quickly in some areas. So what I've gone ahead and opted for is now we're using 3x3 kind of crop fields here, and on the 4 corners I have placed a stickweed. Or excuse me, the 4 sides. So the 4 sides here we have the stickweeds, and in the 4 corners are going to be areas where we can get additional kind of crop breeds. And in the middle, we also get another crop breed. So from just 4 crops, you can get 5 kind of crop breeds. So that's kind of a good thing. And because of all this being stickweed, we do tend to get quite a bit of stickweed. We do have another crop in here. This one is spidernip, and this one looks like the same. Yep, more spidernip. But we have another stickweed here. Let's see if we get it. We did. And what I do is I have just been trying to fill in these other plots over here. These aren't actually actively breeding yet, but eventually I have these breeding as well. Now, the reason I want all this stickweed is eventually I'm hoping to have a plot, basically like how we've got those oak bonsais there. I want an entire plot the size of that for just stickweed. Those trees are pretty much going to become redundant. That way we'll be getting a ton of sticky resin from the stickweed, which will be quite good. Now, over here's where I did my initial breeding, and we've gotten a couple of things over here as well. Let's see what that is. That should be wild carrots. Don't think it's too important. We don't need that. But what I've been doing over here is basically the initial kind of stickweed breeding. In fact, this was the original stickweed right here. So I just kept it in place, and we kind of moved some stuff around so that we could breed off of this. I didn't want to risk losing it when we first saw it, so I kept that there. And yeah, we've basically been working off of that, and that's where all the other stickweeds have come from. So it's been quite good. Now, we have had a couple of other things we've been doing over here as well. So over here, I've been doing a couple of small experiments. So we've been breeding together some tier 4 crops. So we have some chili and some onions. And in fact, this has gotten us something. Let's take a look. Some barley. So tier 2. I don't think I've got that one yet. So I'll let that one grow. Over here, we've got some cucumber and some artichoke breeding together. And it looks like we got something here as well. We got, another artichoke. Actually, I'll keep that one. It's a tier 4. Could be useful for breeding, so let's keep it. Now, there is another crop over here that's actually quite interesting that we got, and I do want to show you that. Actually, let's see what this is first. Doesn't look like it's too important. Just carrots, so that can go away. We'll put that. And that might be another stick reed. Nope, just a reed. We don't need that one either. And this is a stickweed right here. So when you get these two kind of together, like stickweed and reed, you either get kind of reeds or stickweeds. You can get something else too, but usually you can get stickweeds quite a bit from this. But that's going to be kind of my main production now, stickweed over here. It's going to be quite good, I think. There was a weed here. Anyways, though. So over here, what we've got is a very interesting crop here called thyme. And this one is a tier 5. So I've only got one current crop that's higher than tier 4, and let me see what it is. It's in this chest. Spanish moss, yes, that one is tier 7, so that's the highest tier crop we have right now. But this is a very interesting crop right here. As you can see, it cannot grow any further. It's stuck at size 2 out of 3, cannot grow any further. And the way you actually grow this thing further, if we look up thyme, let's take a look. So here we go, thyme seeds, and what you need is requires tin ore or a block of tin as soil block to reach full growth. Now, I'm not quite sure what this gives us, but I think it gives us some way of getting tin. Now, I'm not sure if it's something we can actually get tin from at our current stage of progression, but eventually it will, so it's certainly something I want to try and get. Now, it will not get to size 3 out of 3 until we actually have a block of tin under it. Now, you may be thinking, oh, you just need to put 9 tin inside of the crafting table in order to get a block. Well, unfortunately, that's not how it works in this pack. You can't make it inside of crafting. However, there is a way you can make it in a compressor with 9 tin ingots, and there is a Steam version of it. And if we take a look at our quest book, that's coming up very soon. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go for the steam compressor so I can make a block of tin and we can try and grow this to see if we can get this crop. We do actually have a second one over here, so we've actually got 2 of these. So we've got 2 chances to get this. And I'm not going to bother trying to breathe this out like I do the stickreed. We either get it or we don't. We have 2 chances, so if we don't get it now, we'll hopefully get it at some point again in the future. So yeah, that's kind of the plan that we have right now. And yeah, we're going to try and get into the steam compressor today, and we're going to try and make the block of tin we need to grow this. Now, I actually want to point out something as well with this recipe here that I found kind of interesting. So if you look at this, it tells you the amount of power this uses in terms of EUitic, which is once we get to the electric version. So this is for the LV one, which is this one. Now, what you can do is you can actually right-click on these different compressors right here, and so if I right-click on this, it actually changes the amount of power information into steam. So as you can see, this now uses 80 liters a second of steam, and it takes 30 seconds. In the LVH, it takes only 15 seconds, but yeah, so this kind of just gives us the information in terms of steam usage that will be for this recipe. So that's quite a useful thing to have. So yeah, let's get right into it, and let's see if we can get to that compressor. In fact, before I go, let's make sure that we tear these down, because I don't want to lose my stickweed. Now, I actually did make sure I have an emergency seed in here for stickweed, so if something were to go catastrophically wrong, we do have a backup stickweed seed right here. So that is something I wanted to make sure I had, but it's still a good idea to make sure that we take all of the empty crop sticks. So we have none of them in these, so that's alright. And by the way, stickweed grows really quickly. Like, it doesn't take long. A couple of minutes and that thing's fully grown. It's really nice. So let's take all of these little crop sticks away. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, another artichoke. That's what we got over here too. It is tier 4, let it grow. This one is a reed. We don't care about you. You are stickweed, in fact, that just grew. Oh, we didn't get it, though. That's alright. And anyone else that we need to take care of at this moment in time? Doesn't look like it, so let's put everything away. Put the plant lens on top of the barrel. I press V to do that. And yeah, so let's head into the base and get to making that steam compressor. So not much has changed in here. Oh, except for one thing, actually. We have a hopper now on top of the alloy smelter. The reason I did that is we now have a stack of red alloy ingots I just made up, so I've been prepping up some of that. Basically, the reason I did that is to make a stack of this, you need 1 stack of copper and 4 stacks of redstone, and you can't fit that all in one thing. So I put a stack of copper, a stack of redstone, then I put the rest of the redstone in the hopper, and it feeds in. So kind of helps to make that a little bit easier. Let's put that away. 114 red alloy ingots. Not that bad. Still have plenty of redstone, and in fact, I've actually had some still processing over in the windmill over there as well. And I actually do want to go check that out a little bit later, because we were trying to do an experiment to see if we could auto output from that dispenser last time. And I actually revisited that project, and apparently it does work. So I will show you that in a bit. But let's get this steam compressor made first. So to actually get to the quest, we need to do this one. So this is to make a piston, and it looks quite involved. So let's just take this one step at a time. So we need 4 iron rods. Alright, we need a file. There it is. I really need to find a way of organizing all the tools and stuff here. I need to figure out how to do that a little bit better, because it is getting a bit out of hand, I think. We need 2 iron plates as well. I'm gonna need to go mining for iron as well soon. Still got a little bit left, but we're gonna run out soon. We go through a lot of iron right now. Small iron gear, ooh. Oh, so that's just the plates and the rods we just made. That's how you do that. I don't think we've made one of those yet. So how do you make this? Oh, wire cutter and hammer. So hammer, wire cutter. So, that's why the wire cutter is in this quest right here. Interesting. So that makes sense. So there's our 2 small iron gears. And now we need carpenter's block. So this is actually interesting. I think I've made some of these before. I don't know if we have any right now. Doesn't look like it. I just pressed T, so we're gonna have to make some. But I actually had to get those to make these frame drawers over here. So this is where we're storing all of our food. These actually need carpenter's blocks. So I've actually made quite a bit of them, but I don't think we've got any left over. So let's go make a few. Let's see, carpenter's block. So this one has a couple different recipes. You could use iron to get 8. Let's do that. Looks like it's a little better. I have a screw ready. Let's make a few more. And we need the saw. And let's make another bit of screws there. So there we go. There's some screws. We need to get the wood frame boxes. So these aren't too bad to make. And in fact, what I'll do is let's take a stack of wood, make some planks, and I can get a lot of wood really quickly. Turn these into sticks, and let's just turn these directly all into wood frame boxes, just in case. There we go, that's 32 of those. And now we should be able to make some of these. Let's make 32, why not? Not sure how many pistons we're actually going to need, but it's good to have, I guess, a bit extra. Let's put it in there for now, along with everything else. So, that's the carpenter's blocks. Red alloy plates. So that's where the red alloy comes into play. Let's see, we can make that quite a bit easier. There we go. 2 ingots to 1 plate. And what else? 2 cobblestone, or we need a fence. Do I have a fence? I have some fences in here. That's good. And let's see, what else do we need in the quest? That's it, we just need to make the piston now. So that should be everything, and there should be our piston. Lovely. So, we got the piston, and that's going to give us, we can get carpenter's block. We get that, and we can either get a sticky piston or a piston. I don't know if we should take a normal piston or the sticky one. I mean, I guess the sticky one's just an added slime ball to it. But what do we need the piston for? Let's see. Oh, you do use it for machines. Interesting. Can you use a sticky piston? So what is a... Can you use a sticky piston as well? Let's take a look. So you just put a slime ball onto a piston for this. Yeah, looks like you can. So sticky piston's basically the same as a piston. You can use it for the same stuff. So let's take the sticky pistons. Why not? There we go. Some more carpenter's block. Sticky pistons and a normal piston. We have that one we made. And now we should be able to make ourselves the compressor. And that's going to unlock quite a few things, it looks like, for us. So here is the steam compressor. So we're going to need some small bronze fluid pipes. We'll need, a bronze hole. That's not something we've made before. So, that's quite a bit of bronze right there. And we actually need 2 pistons. So good thing we got that quest reward. So that should make that easier. So we are going to need a bit of bronze, it looks like. I have some here, but let's make a little bit more. Let's toss some copper and tin into here and get a bit more going in. Since it is a bit more efficient now that we have the alloy smelter. How are we doing on steam, by the way? Oh, we're doing perfectly fine. Oh, we're full. So, no issues on steam right now. So, let's see what we're going to do. We need to make the bronze hole, so we need quite a bit of bronze for this. 8 plates, I believe, so that's 16 ingots. Let's get our hammer. Oh, there goes the hammer as well. Let's make ourselves another one. Let's make 2, in fact. So, now that we have that, we can make this. So there's our bronze hole. Now we need to make... we need the small fluid pipes. Do I have any in here? Nope, we need to make a few more of those. So, if I remember, that was 6 plates, so that should be 12 ingots. And I don't remember how you make that. Let's do that. There we go. Perfect. And now we should be able to make our compressor. Lovely. Let's use up this normal... we can use sticky piston too. Doesn't matter. Steam compressor, and there we go. Compressing stuff. So now we can add this to our little array of machines. We'll put that there. We do need to put a pipe. Let's get our wrench as well. Do we have an extra pipe? Yeah, we do. Perfect. And we'll put that pipe there. And there it is. There's our steam compressor. Have a little bit of bronze in here as well. I'll take that. And let's see what we get. We get some more coins. So let's take these coins and put them away as well. Put those in there. Alright, so now we can make this block of tin finally. So we've actually got 2 of those crops out there, so let's make 2 blocks of tin. So we're going to need, I think, 18. No, not 19. Here we go, 18, and that should work, hopefully. There we go. So only uses 80 liters a second of steam, and it takes 30 seconds, so it'll be a minute to get both blocks. So that should be good. And we should be able to start growing that, so that's quite good. So let's see what else we've got. Oh, that's unlocked a lot of stuff for us. So this actually unlocked the steel quest over here. Now, I could complete that right now, because I actually have steel. But technically, I think what we're supposed to do is make it ourselves right now. So I kind of feel like that's cheating if I just complete that right now. So I'm not going to complete that yet. We have, an anvil. Oh, wow, 10 blocks of iron. Yeah, that's going to be expensive, isn't it? That's going to drain me of my iron, that quest is. 10 blocks of iron, 4 plates, 4 screws, 2 anvils. We have, a clipboard. So, as your base grows, you're going to have a dozen different long-term goals, each with many steps. Build a clipboard to keep track of what you need to do. That sounds like it could be quite handy. A little bit of work involved. Wood plank. Well, I don't think we're going to do that. The Holy Planks of Senjur. Interesting. That's how you do it. You use wood pulp, which is... you mortar down some wood to get wood pulp. And then you use 8 to make a plank. Okay, that's interesting. We've got a quest... Ooh, what's this? The Cool Guy. Feeling lonely, located far away from a snow biome. Craft a snow golem and perhaps challenge him to a snowball fight. So, pumpkin and some snow. So, oh, you put a water bucket in. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Water bucket to get a snow. Or you can put 4 snowballs. Or a water cell. Let's see, what's that one? Ooh, the iron guy. So this is going to be an iron golem. Now, that could be quite useful, in fact. Kind of like a guard inside the base. That might be something I do. We've got this one. This is to make some books. Ooh. String, paper, leather, and this sticky glue bucket. How do you make that? It's gated by the compressor. I'm not sure how you make that. I actually have books. Somewhere. I'll find them somewhere. It is nighttime, so let's go to sleep. And what else do we actually have unlocked here? Oh, we can do this right now, actually, can't we? Glass. Oh, do we have to do this? No, this is optional. This is optional. So we've actually already done this. We've made glass before. We actually should have some in here. No, not that. Oh, we only have 3. We should have some in here, though. Yep. There we go. I just need the chisel, and we can get some glass. So we did that in a previous episode. So does that complete it? Yes, it does. Perfect. So that actually is another quest right there. So let's see. We can get... Oh, we get some cookies. And we get... let's take the loot bag. 5 glass is hardly anything. And let's open that right now. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, some hush puppies. Yummy. And a bit of leather as well. Alright, so that tin should be done by now. We've also got, 56 bronze. Not bad. 2 blocks of tin as well. So now I should be able to place those underneath that new crop. And they should grow. Do I have some sort of speed? Oh, I have speed 3. Wow. We're zooming now. Alright, so let's go and take a peek at this. So what we need to do is we need to put this underneath the crop. So this is the tine crop right here. And what we need to do is we go under this. Now we don't want to break these crops, but put it like this. And we can put it right here. And that should be enough, right? Can grow? Yes. Alright, so that does work. Perfect. Let's get out of this hole here. And let's do the same thing for this one. This one's in a bit of a tough spot, but I could probably get to it from here. It's fine. And let's put that tin. I just have to remember these tin blocks are there for later and I can get them back. Hopefully I won't forget. And let's put that there and that there. And there we go. So that should grow as well. Perfect. So yeah, there we go. We got our tin blocks. We got our compressor. These can now grow further. And if they get to size 3 or 3, I'll try and see if I can harvest them. They do take a bit of time to grow this one, but it is tier 5. So I'm assuming, though, the higher the tier, the harder it's going to be to actually get the seed when you try to break it. And it's probably also going to take longer to grow as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like these artichokes are ready, though. We did get that one. Let's take that away as well. This one's also ready. Doesn't look like we got that one, but that's fine. Barley, tier 2, that one's ready. I can take that as well. Let's put these away in their correct chests. So tier 2 seeds go in here. There's the barley. And tier 4 artichoke, we had another one in there already. And I'll just throw in the barley as well in here. This is where I put all the different stuff we've gotten from various crops. They go in there. So, also let me show you around that windmill once again, because I do want to give you a quick little look into that before we end for today. So, let's take a look. So, we still got the little kind of input stuff, and in fact, I think it's already done processing for now. Yep. But as you can see, yep, it does work. It does output into this chest directly, and we've got a ton of redstone now, so that is 10 stacks, so quite a bit. And yeah, this all came from one stack of raw redstone, so quite good. So the problem was, I was just too impatient. So if you actually look here, it tells you current tick rate is every 20 seconds minimum. So it takes 20 seconds for this thing to do an operation, and the operation it does is, I think, take up to a stack of things from the connected inventory into this one. So because I had this thing set onto import, it was importing from the dispenser into the pipe, and it goes into the chest here. So it just takes 20 seconds. I just think I was a little bit too impatient there last time, so that's why it didn't work. Or maybe I had an export, I actually don't remember. But anyways, it does work, so we have got that kind of automated. And yeah, this is kind of cool right here. And yeah, so I did make an additional rotor, because this eats through the durability on this thing. Like, it goes down quick. So it is something to keep in mind as well when you're doing this. But the durability on these things goes by quickly when you're processing stuff like the redstone. It's not that bad when you're doing the crushed version, but when, well, no, the crushed version is the part that's bad. When you process down the raw redstone, it's not that bad, but when you get to the crushed version to get to the impure piles of redstone dust, it's pretty bad. Durability goes down. I've already made a couple of those. So, yeah. But yeah, that's how that thing's working right now. It's working out quite well. So yeah, I'd say we've gotten a decent amount there done. So we got in the steam compressor. We've been working on these crops a bit. We've definitely got quite a bit now of sticky resin, stickreed, going. So that's quite good. And I'll hopefully be able to continue working on that. And yeah, so things are definitely starting to come together there. And we're definitely starting to progress in the Steam Age already. I mean, look at how much of this we've already unlocked. So it's going quite good. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.